Whoop. Didn't turn my microphone off. Shows how big brained I am. Alright, so this one's obviously a tie if you can read. I'm mostly reviewing to see why. Well, actually, I already know why we didn't cap. So this is going to go 5 rounds. So, actually, no, it's not. It's going to go 3. So we're going to cap all 3. They're going to cap all 3, and then we get one more attack run. And we failed. So this ends up in a tie. So I'm going to be watching our Baptiste player, who's actually doing really well. He should be in platinum. He just doesn't play often enough. So sensitivity needs to be turned up, but that's another thing another time. So the reason why I say that is because every time you did that little circle, like it was incredibly slow. So need to turn that up as you get higher, but for now it's fine.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So you see my dumb behind sitting all the way up here. The only reason why I am in that position is to try to get like early charge, or to see if I can pick the widow who's out there. And so I'm at 0% right now. I went up to 4%. Went to 5%. So 9%. Not too bad. So immediately I have problems with your positioning. The main thing is like, why are you so close to your tanks? You are a ranged healer. I mean, it's not bad to be that. I mean, you do have to be at least somewhat close to use your regen burst, but you don't need to be that close. Only that close. Like, you should only be that close when you're applying regen burst. But regen burst, you know, you'll probably be fine. Your tanks will back into you if they need regen burst. So, like, this close, really high potential for you to get picked. Also, you can't see me, so I'm back there. It's fine if you can't get Reaper. Reaper is way back there. In case anybody was wondering where the Reaper was, Reaper's back here, doing his own stuff. And McCree? McCree is likely flanking off to the left, or still in spawn. Where is McCree? Oh, McCree's behind me. Why did I not notice him? Ah. Where is McCree? Oh, McCree is sandwiched by our tanks. Is he? I don't see his character model. What happened to McCree? I had to spend a minute to find out where McCree is. McCree's right here. Yeah, it's right here. It's so weird. Why did he not show up earlier? Anyway, so there's McCree. So, now that we have that done, we're gonna go back to watching the Baptiste. That is so weird. Anyway. Oh, I know why I did that now. Okay, so no need for that regen burst. You just bailed on the Reaper. Like, you like, I'm gonna heal, I'm gonna... Nah, I'm good. Reaper TP's back to high ground. So, you look at me, you see that I'm being pressured by a diva, and then you just leave me. So I die. You didn't stay with me. Like, your tanks were at full health. And so what were you healing? You just let me die. So, that's just an optimization. We win this fight. It's just like, you're chasing McCree who's moving. So, if you're ever going around a circular surface and you see the person, like the person going the opposite direction of you around that surface, like, you either... Oops. Yeah. You either jump up, land here, or you move back towards your tank, because that's where the McCree is going. So, easy solution there. Again, optimizing. It wasn't necessarily a bad play. It wasn't a bad play. It's just what like your time to heal would have been lower. Yeah, I was gonna say Roadhog. You can heal the Roadhog, but he said I need healing to you. So characters that can heal themselves, like if you're in a downtime like this, like if they're just sitting there, they're waiting for you to heal them, so that way they don't waste their cooldown. Waiting like, and then like when they actually need it, oh, there's still 3 seconds left on the cooldown, like, and it also gives you ult charge. So like even when, especially when you're out of combat, make sure you get that healing. I like this a little bit better. Like this is a pretty decent range. I would still be further, but this is a decent range. It's better than before. This is probably ideal, just a little bit further back. So you can, I don't know if you know this, but you can destroy Symmetra's turrets by using melee as they're flying past you. So optimization again. You didn't need. You use both abilities. You could have either used one or the other. We'll see if this is a reoccurring issue or not. Let them up. So, immortality worked out. Think about what you want to accomplish with the immortality more before you use it. I know you get it back quickly, and you have it a lot. I guess you can spam it. You should have healed through that damage orb. Wasted ability. Absolutely wasted ability. You should not have used regen burst right there. You should have just healed regularly going through that, and I would have healed you. So now you don't have regen burst to deal with the Reaper. You could have jumped into the air, regen burst came down and dueled him. Instead you get killed. Oh no. Oh, forgot about immortality. Now it's a waste of immortality. So you wasted regen burst on a Moira orb. So Moira got you to use regen burst with a damage orb. Moira's abilities are on a shorter cooldown than yours. So she can like, if she can just throw like a damage orb at you and then you use regen burst, that's like huge. She doesn't know that, but like a situation like this where the Reaper would have killed you had you not had like immortality, or if you're like me, you're trying to save immortality for as long as possible for an actual threat, like Death Blossom or Diva Bomb, which is they're coming up close to. Like, see now, Diva has a, if the Diva's any good, she'll get bomb before you get immortality back. If she's any good. So, yeah. You're worrying too much about what's happening. So, I wouldn't say you're worrying too much about it. How should I put this? This is going to be another long video. So, you look back at the Symmetra turrets. You saw that 2 people were handling it already, and instead of immediately going back to healing your tank, you just kind of like coast back to what you were doing. Like, there's no sense of urgency from you. It's like, as the main support, you're mainly supposed to be healing your tank and make sure that they stay up. So like stuff happening around you is, so as a support, and especially as the off support, it's my job to like deal with stuff like that. So you see that my attention is now on the symmetric turrets, and then I have like a healing, because the thing is like I can throw my healing onto one person and like I don't have to worry about it anymore. It's like set and forget, and so I can deal with the symmetric turrets. You can't do that. Like, not really. You can use regen burst and immortality field, but that's waste of 2 abilities for no reason. It's like like I said, that goes back to like your the Moira orb situation. You use regen burst for an orb that did like 20 damage. You can literally heal. I can heal that in like a second, and you can heal the tanks up in like one shot. So, like, choosing what's an actual priority, like, that's, and like destroying those sim turrets, while is good, like you spent entirely too much time deciding what you were gonna do about it. Let's go back to you. I have trans. Again, you're taking too much time trying to figure out what you're gonna do with the Reaper. Like, you see he died, and you just kind of linger there. You don't make a call out either. So it's not like you're even like healing or looking back up there to check to make sure that you guys are safe. It's just like you kind of just lingered there, like, wow, Reaper died, and then you went back to healing, and you never looked back up again.
Team up for special attack.
Let them up.
So, obviously you messed up. If you didn't really mess up, there just would have been a better application. So, had you could have saved Arisa. So, in order to save Arisa, you use Region Burst and you tried healing her. But the thing is, like, anti-nade, like, honest nade, like, stops all healing. But what it doesn't stop is Immortality Field. So what you could have done there to save your Arisa, if you really wanted to save her, is throw your Immortality Field. So that way the 40% buff works. And then the enemy would have had to destroy that, which would have been too hard with the Supercharger. And then, like, you could have potentially saved her because the anti-nade would have worn off. But I doubt that would have happened anyway. Yeah, they pretty hard focused. They hard focused it pretty good. So, oh no, they killed Supercharger. So you would have saved your Arisa. You would have saved your Arisa. We probably could have clutched it. This is gonna be a long review. Speed this up to next fight. This fight's inconsequential. We do a bunch of dumb stuff. I die. Trying to take the Reaper. You're not checking around too much. You're not listening. If I can hear a Reaper coming. I just got unlucky. It happens. Immortality immediately. That's what you could have done to save your reset. You wasted reason first. Really? You tried to help. You tried to save Roadhog. There wasn't much you could have done. So I don't know why you're lingering here if you're not gonna, like, so you just kind of like hang around here, which is really dumb since the payload literally comes right where you're standing. So you either as a support, as soon as the fight's over, you either choose to die immediately or you run away. Those are your two options. You don't get to like hang around and like kind of like decide what you're gonna do. Like the Reaper and the McCree, the only value that they give to the team, outside of McCree, actually McCree does give you value in the stun, which is very helpful, but other than that, their main value is damage. So for like the team, they don't do whole much a lot outside of like kill the enemy so there's fewer people shooting you, which literally the tanks do the same thing, and the supports can do the same thing, especially if you're a good support, or at least not good. Well, not a good support. If you're like a support like Lucia or Zenyatta, like you can take duels and you can win. So their value is not unique. You, on the other hand, have a unique value to the team. You can heal. Roadhog can heal himself, yes, but he doesn't heal the team. Healing heals an individual person. So that means if you get killed now, Me and Arisa Hog are still coming back from spawn. Now we have to stop because you're dead. Which I think you die actually. I think you die at the worst possible moment. Maybe not. Had it been a higher ranked game like high plat, low diamond, even mid diamond. Like actually starting at high plat. Like especially depending on how aggressive the team was, you would have died, because they would have just Reaper, Diva, or maybe even Orisa would have just like bum rushed you. Orisa would have halted you. Diva would have flown after you, or Reaper would have been right behind her to follow up. And they would have killed you. The only saving grace you really had was McCree still being in the back line. Our shield gets shredded. It's not your fault. Where you move.
Not you good as you.
Where you going? Where you going? Good job. Don't use any paladin.
Get in here. Let them out.
I can't say too much about that fight. That fight was kind of a lost one anyway. What I would have done, like positionally, is like I would have been back here, preferably. Yes, you would have been shooting at an incline, but you could have counted that out by like standing over here. Like in this corner right here, it would have been harder for the turrets to hit you. You would have been able to see the Reaper. And it would have been a lot harder to to get to you. It would have been a lot harder. I think we're gonna end up splitting this into like a part 1, part 2. Part 1 defense, and then part 2 is our attack. Unless this is no, yeah. I think that's what's gonna end up happening. So you're dead. Good to see me die. Yeah. Always the. I'm just gonna make that a running thing in my videos. Just like anytime you die first, it'll just go to me and watch me die. You get to see poor Zenyatta die, or maybe Lucio. Again, don't know why you're here. You're too close to the fight. As soon as the shield breaks, you're susceptible to so much damage. It's not even funny. Watch. I hear you. See, even McCree agrees with me. It's fine. Can't complain too much about that.
I appreciate it. Let me buy you a drink. Thank you, Baptiste.
You get the nice little down there. That's good. Is his fire rate that slow? I don't think Baptiste's fire rate is that slow. I think you can. I don't know. Is it? I like that. So, I like the initial positioning for you to get to high ground so you're out of the range of the beam. What I would have liked to see you... Well, let's see if you do this. You messed up your immortality field to save yourself. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Okay, so what I would have liked you to see you have done is what you ended up doing. Is your initial jump up here was great. And then I would have dropped immediately, like, down here. Because now, you have this wall to work with. So, let's just show you. So that way you can see where the fight actually is. So, like, 20 seconds ago, like, you see, at what point do you jump up? So you're healing. You got the right idea. You start charging, you jump. You jump up. That's good, that's good. And then as you land up there, as your tanks continuously move back, like somewhere at this point, I would have been dropping to get behind your tanks again. Just that way, like, you would have been back here, and you could have started healing them. Because the thing is, it's like you standing up there, it's like, it gives, like, the entire enemy team something new to shoot at that isn't safe. So, like, immortality's up, so we're just gonna move over here behind this little here thing called the payload that has unlimited amounts of health. And then there's a Baptiste up here, which the Orisa starts shooting at you. And if the Diva had been paying attention, let me check. Yeah, had the Diva been paying attention, she could have flown straight up to you on top of that Orisa. And on top of that Orisa going at you. So. Let's speed up this fight. Honestly, positionally, I don't think there's too much you could have screwed up with this fight. It's been hilarious if you find a way. So, you jump back up here, that's fine. It's safe for now. You don't start shooting the teleporter immediately. You kind of wait till like the damage has been done already. Some of the damage has been done. I'm honestly surprised our Reaper won this fight.
Team up for special attack. Cease your resistance.
Experience of tranquility.
Take your medicine.
60 seconds.
Too much downtime. So what you could have done? No. Actually, I think that would have been. I think what you ended up doing was fine. I don't think dropping out the backside and then working your way forward would have been very beneficial. Yeah. Alright, I'll take it. Do you have region burst? I doubt it. Still on 1 second cooldown. That's enough. So, the reason why you died there was positional advantage. You might have actually been able to survive that if you didn't use region burst on yourself because you were in a bad position. Of course, you're still learning this. It's just, again, optimization.
30 seconds.
So close. I'll take it. You're overprioritized, Lisa. That's me. That just sucked.
Score 0-3.
So, overall, for the defense, pretty good, actually. There were just a couple of things that you could have done differently to make the fights last longer. And some of it was just unlucky. So your choice in high ground really wasn't all that great. Which, I talked to you immediately afterwards. So, like, the thing about this high ground is, like, look at this. Like, you can see the entirety of that fight. So, like, here, if Orisa's shooting at you, you have left time to dodge. But back here, you have a lot more leeway to, like, strafe back and forth. So, and then you can still heal. You can still get immortality out there. You just gotta learn how to anticipate.
Ready for battle.
So, yeah, we'll continue more of this stuff like in the next video. This one's gonna be like 30 something minutes. So, alright.